There comes a day in every person's life when they reach a point where they have to choose themselves. It's not an easy decision. The world around you may push you in all directions, asking for your attention, your energy, your time, your love. But the day you finally make the choice to invest in your own well-being, your own dreams, your own future, they will hate you for it. It's not because you've done something wrong. It's because they can't understand it. They want you to stay where you are. They want you to stay small because your growth reminds them of their own insecurities. But let me tell you this, choosing yourself is the greatest thing you can do for your own soul and the most powerful thing you can do for the world around you. So let's talk about what happens when you choose yourself and why it makes so many people uncomfortable. There comes a moment in everyone's life where they face a choice to either continue living according to someone else's expectations or to step up and choose themselves. Now, I'm not talking about the superficial choice of what to wear or where to go on vacation. I'm talking about a deep, soul-searching decision, a decision to stop seeking validation from others, a decision to stop doubting your worth, to stop living in the shadows of fear, and to start living your truth, your authentic, unapologetic truth. When you decide to choose yourself, that's when everything shifts. You stop being held hostage by the opinions of others. No longer do you wake up every morning wondering what they think or how they'll judge you. No longer do you measure your worth by someone else's standard of success. You begin to redefine what success looks like for you, and that's when the real power kicks in. Think about the greats of this world. Think about those who've risen to heights others thought were impossible. Steve Jobs, Elon Musk, Serena Williams. They all chose to believe in themselves at a time when others didn't. They chose to follow their own path, even when it meant facing rejection, criticism, and failure. People told Steve Jobs he was crazy. They said Elon Musk's vision for electric cars was impossible. They doubted Serena Williams when she was starting out, telling her she didn't have the body or the talent to compete at the highest level. Yet despite the doubts, despite the obstacles, they chose to believe in themselves. They chose their own vision, their own journey, their own definition of success. And today, we know them as legends. It's not just about talent, it's about belief. The power to choose yourself is about stepping into the truth that you are capable of greatness, regardless of what anyone says or thinks. The world will throw obstacles your way. People will tell you it can't be done. They'll say you're too young, too old, not educated enough, not rich enough. But the moment you look at yourself and say, I am enough, you unlock something deep within you. The moment you realize that your worth is not tied to anyone else's approval, you unleash a power so great that nothing can stop you. The day you choose yourself is the day you open the door to everything you've ever wanted. That's when your potential starts to unfold in ways you never thought possible. It's like walking into a room full of opportunity you didn't even know existed. It's like suddenly seeing the path ahead of you clearly when, for so long, it was a blur. That's the magic of choosing yourself. Take Oprah Winfrey, for instance. Oprah didn't come from privilege or ease. She came from humble beginnings, faced rejection after rejection, and was told time and time again that she'd never make it in television. She was told that she wasn't the right type, that she wasn't attractive enough, that she wasn't what the audience wanted to see. But Oprah didn't listen. She chose to believe in herself. She didn't let anyone else define her or her worth. She invested in her vision, and despite all the hurdles, she pushed forward. Today, she's not just a media mogul. She's one of the most influential people in the world. Her success wasn't handed to her on a silver platter. It came from a decision to believe in herself when no one else did. And that's exactly what happens when you choose yourself. You open the doors to greatness that you never thought were possible. But here's the truth, when you choose yourself, when you step into your own power, people are going to try to bring you down. They're going to try to pull you back into the box they've put you in. They'll want you to stay small, stay in line, and stay in the shadow of their expectations. And here's where the challenge comes. You have to be strong enough to resist. You have to be strong enough to stand firm in your decision, even when it feels like the whole world is against you. People are scared of your potential. They'll be uncomfortable with your growth. When you start walking your path with confidence, when you begin stepping into the power of choosing yourself, it makes others confront their own fear. They'll hate you for it, not because you've done something wrong, but because your rise forces them to face their own unfulfilled potential. You see, when you make the decision to choose yourself, you stop playing by the rules that were set by others. You start playing by your own rules. And that's the power that people can't handle. Think about it. Have you ever been around someone who was living the life they always dreamed of? Someone who was unapologetically themselves, following their own vision and just crushing it? How did that make you feel? If you were being honest, you probably felt a little uncomfortable. You probably started thinking, what am I doing with my life? Why am I not as successful as them? What's holding me back? That's the effect of choosing yourself. When you choose yourself, you not only change your own life, you make others question their own choices. And that's why it's hard for them to celebrate you. It forces them to reckon with their own fears, their own insecurities, and their own limitations. And most people would rather not confront those things. But this is where the magic happens. When you choose yourself, you stop waiting for permission. You stop waiting for someone to tell you that you're worthy. You stop waiting for validation from the outside world, and you start creating your own validation. You become the author of your own story. And that's where real power lies, when you stop seeking approval from others and start seeking approval from yourself. Your success, your greatness, it all starts with you. It starts with the belief that you are enough, that you have what it takes to make your dreams a reality. When you choose yourself, you unlock a whole new world of possibilities. You become the person you were always meant to be. It's not about what others think of you. It's about what you believe about yourself. When you choose yourself, you finally stop playing the game by someone else's rules and you start playing by your own. It won't be easy. It won't be without its challenges. People will doubt you, criticize you, and try to pull you back into the box they want you to stay in. But don't listen. The path you're walking isn't for them. It's for you. It's your journey, your dream, your destiny. And when you choose to believe in yourself, you step into a power that the world can't take away from you. You've got greatness inside of you, but you'll never know just how powerful you are until you choose yourself. So stop waiting. Step up, believe in your own power, because the moment you do, that's the moment everything starts to change, and nothing can stop you. When you decide to choose yourself, to step out of the shadows and into your own light, something powerful begins to happen. You begin to transform, not just in the way you think, but in the way you walk, talk, and carry yourself. You start to see life differently. No longer are you confined to the limits others have set for you. No longer are you bound by the expectations placed on you by people who've never believed in your potential. You are no longer just surviving. You are living, truly living. And when that happens, you start becoming a threat. Now, this isn't the kind of threat where people are afraid of you physically. This is the kind of threat that makes people uncomfortable. You start to threaten their comfort zone. You start to threaten their idea of what life should be. And for some, that's terrifying. They would rather see you stay in the same place, stuck in the same cycle, because it's comfortable for them. They don't want to see you rise. They don't want to see you go for something bigger, because it forces them to confront their own mediocrity. There are people in your life who have accepted the status quo. They're okay with just getting by. They're okay with settling. They've convinced themselves that where they are is enough. And if they're honest with themselves, they know they could be doing more. They know they could be reaching for higher things, but they don't. They're comfortable. They've gotten used to the idea of not pushing beyond the limitations they've placed on themselves. And let me tell you something. When you start choosing yourself, when you decide that you're going to work harder, aim higher, hustle for what you want, you start to threaten that comfort. You make them uncomfortable. Think about someone you know, maybe it's a friend, a colleague, or a family member who seems to be stuck. They're just coasting through life, not taking any risks, not pushing for anything greater. They've convinced themselves that the life they're living is good enough. Maybe they've been at the same job for years, just going through the motions, doing the bare minimum, waiting for life to change, but never making any effort to make it happen. Then here you come. You're choosing yourself. You're hustling. You're leveling up. You're not waiting for the perfect moment to start. You're just going after what you want. And what happens? They'll start talking down on your efforts. They'll start throwing shade on your ambition. They'll tell you that you're dreaming too big, that you're aiming too high, that you need to be more realistic. Why? Because your pursuit of greatness reminds them of everything they've never dared to pursue. It makes them uncomfortable to see you moving forward while they're standing still. Your progress exposes their own lack of movement. Let's get real. People who are comfortable with mediocrity will often try to pull you back down. They'll say things like you're getting too big for your britches, or who do you think you are? They'll make you feel guilty for wanting more because deep down, your ambition highlights their own complacency. They'll try to convince you that there's something wrong with striving for more. But here's the truth. Their insecurity is not your problem. Your growth is not their downfall. Your rise does not diminish their value. But that's hard for them to see. It's easier to criticize you, to bring you back down to their level, than it is for them to confront their own fears and limitations. And this is one of the hardest parts of choosing yourself. Understanding that the very people who should be rooting for your success, the people who should be lifting you up, are often the ones who will try to hold you back. But here's the thing. Don't let them. Don't let their insecurities make you feel guilty for wanting more. Don't let their doubts become your doubts. Don't let their fear hold you back from your destiny. Yes, their discomfort is real. Yes, it can be hard to watch people who claim to love you resist your growth. But their fear is not your responsibility. It's not your job to make them comfortable with your ambition. It's your job to keep pushing, to keep going, to keep rising. Because when you elevate, when you choose yourself and make the decision to rise above, you create space for others to rise too. Here's the paradox. When you step into your own power, when you decide to chase your dreams, when you choose yourself, you give others the opportunity to do the same. You're not just helping yourself, you're showing them that it's possible to break free from their own self-imposed limitations. But if they can't handle that, if they can't embrace the idea of growth, then they'll hate you for it. Not because you've done anything wrong, but because your success shines a light on their own fear and lack of action. Take a moment and think about the people in your life who truly support you, the ones who are inspired by your hustle, who are motivated by your drive, who cheer you on because they know you're going after something real. Hold on to those people, keep them close, but also understand that as you move forward, there will be others who can't handle the change, and that's okay. Their inability to handle your success is not a reflection of your worth. It's a reflection of their own inability to step outside of their comfort zone. You see, this is the price of growth. It's not just about the sacrifices you make. It's not just about the hours you put in, the risk you take, or the dreams you chase. The real price is the resistance you face from the people you thought would always support you. The price is the uncomfortable conversations, the judgment, the envy, the hate. But remember, this is a part of the process. Every level of success will bring a new challenge, and every new level will come with people who can't handle the changes you're making in your life. But this is also the price of freedom. When you stop playing by their rules, when you stop living for their approval, when you stop letting their fear dictate your actions, you free yourself. You free yourself from the chains of doubt, from the limitations placed on you by others, from the mindset that says you have to stay where you are in order to make others comfortable. You free yourself to live your truth, to go after your dreams, to create a life that you're proud of. So don't let their insecurities stop you. Don't let their fear hold you back. Keep pushing forward. Keep aiming higher. Keep choosing yourself every single day. Because when you rise, you give others permission to rise. And that's the ultimate form of empowerment. There comes a time in every person's life when they realize they have to choose themselves. It's a decision that hits deep because for many of us, the people around us are the ones who have shaped who we are. Family, friends, loved ones. They've been with us through thick and thin, through the ups and downs, through every battle and every victory. But as you begin to rise, as you start choosing yourself and pursuing your true potential, something powerful happens. You begin to outgrow people. And that, my friends, is one of the hardest pills to swallow. Now, I know it's tough. It's tough to admit that the people who once stood by your side may not be able to continue with you on this journey. These are the people who have been in your life for years. These are the ones who know your deepest fears, your dreams, your struggles, and your victories. But as you choose yourself, as you start taking control of your life and your destiny, you realize that not everyone is going to be able to walk with you into the next chapter. And that's okay, because not everyone was meant to stay. Choosing yourself means setting boundaries. It means putting yourself first, prioritizing your own growth and development, and protecting your energy from those who seek to drain it. It's not selfish, it's necessary. The reality is that some people, no matter how much you love them or how long you've known them, are not aligned with where you are going. Their energy, their mindset, their beliefs, they just don't match where you're headed, and that can create tension. You may feel guilty, you may feel torn, but understand this. Choosing to elevate yourself to become the best version of you sometimes means letting go of those who can no longer walk with you. Think about it. Have you ever had someone in your life who, no matter how much you tried, never seemed to believe in your dreams? The ones who would criticize you, belittle your efforts, or make you feel like you were aiming too high. The ones who made you feel guilty for striving for more, for wanting something better. Maybe they didn't mean to harm you, maybe they didn't even realize it, but their energy was holding you back. They were stuck in their own place, stuck in their own limitations, and their fear started seeping into your own life. Every time you tried to take a step forward, there they were pulling you back down. And the hardest part was you loved them. You wanted to be there for them. You wanted them to be part of your success, but their energy wasn't aligned with yours. That's when you have to make a choice. Do you stay in this place with them, staying small and stagnant because they can't keep up? Or do you make the decision to move forward, to step into the best version of yourself, even if it means leaving them behind? It's not easy. Trust me, I get it. It's hard to look at someone you love, someone you've shared years of your life with, and realize that they're not going to be able to come with you on this journey. But here's the thing. It's not a betrayal. Letting go of someone who no longer aligns with your journey is not a betrayal. It's self-preservation. It's about choosing yourself, choosing your growth, and choosing your future. Sometimes the hardest part of growth is realizing that not everyone who started with you is meant to finish with you, and that's a painful truth. But it's the truth nonetheless. When you start choosing yourself, you become stronger. You become more focused. You become someone who knows what they want and is willing to work hard to get it. But not everyone is going to understand that. Some people will look at you and think you're being selfish, that you're changing, that you've forgotten where you came from. And while their opinions might sting, you have to remind yourself that your growth is not a reflection of who they are. It's a reflection of who you're becoming. These people who are criticizing you, belittling your dreams, or making you feel guilty for striving for more, they're not your enemies. They don't want to see you fail, but their fear is holding you back. And when you make the choice to step out of their shadows, to move beyond their limitations, you become a mirror for them. You show them what's possible, but not everyone will be ready to face that mirror. Not everyone will be ready to confront their own fear and regret, and that's okay. You can't force someone to grow at your pace. You can't force someone to see the possibilities the way you do. Some people are just not meant to go with you to the next level, and you have to be okay with that. So let them go. Let them go without guilt. Let them go without looking back. This is not about cutting people out of your life because you're better than them. This is about recognizing that some relationships are no longer serving you. This is about understanding that some people are not meant to be a part of the new chapter you're writing. When you start choosing yourself, you begin to attract different kinds of people into your life. You begin to meet people who align with your values, your goals, your vision for the future. These are the people who will push you, challenge you, and inspire you to go higher. They'll celebrate your victories and encourage you through your struggles. They'll see your potential, not as a threat, but as a reason to keep rising together. It's not easy to walk away from people you've known for years, people you've loved, people who were once your closest allies. But as you start to step into the person you were always meant to be, you'll realize that the people who truly belong in your life will stick around. The ones who want to see you succeed, the ones who will support your dreams and help you grow, they'll be the ones who stay. And the ones who don't, well, they weren't meant to stay anyway. So don't be afraid to let go. Don't be afraid to outgrow people. Don't be afraid to walk alone for a while. Sometimes the people who leave your life are the very ones holding you back from becoming the person you were meant to be. And sometimes the hardest part of growth is realizing that letting go is a form of self-love. It's not personal. It's about choosing the best version of yourself. You deserve to be surrounded by people who lift you up, who help you rise, who believe in you the way you believe in yourself. And when you start choosing yourself, you'll find those people. They'll find you, and together you'll move forward into the greatness that's waiting for you. There comes a moment in the quiet of your soul when you realize that the most important relationship you'll ever have is the one with yourself. You see, we spend so much time trying to please others, chasing their approval, living by their standards, that we forget about the one person who needs our love the most. Us. We seek validation from the world around us. We look to others to tell us that we're worthy, that we're enough. But the truth is, when you choose yourself, you begin to understand the true meaning of self-love. And that's when everything changes. Loving yourself is not about being perfect. It's not about having everything figured out or being without flaws. It's about accepting yourself fully, loving every part of you, your strengths, your weaknesses, your mistakes, your scars. It's about looking in the mirror and saying, I am enough. No longer do you depend on external validation. You stop waiting for the next compliment, the next like, the next form of approval to fill that emptiness inside. Instead, you turn inward and give yourself the love and respect that you've been desperately searching for outside. There's something powerful about knowing that you don't need anyone's permission to feel good about who you are. You don't need anyone to tell you that you matter, that you're worthy. You already know it. You already feel it in your bones. And when you learn to love yourself fully, when you accept yourself unconditionally, something shifts. The world begins to see you differently. People start to respect you more, not because of anything you've done for them, but because of how you've learned to love and respect yourself. Think about the many people you know who are constantly chasing validation. You know them. The ones who can't go a day without checking their social media, the ones who thrive on the approval of others. They're always searching for the next compliment, the next acknowledgement. They live for the likes, the shares, the comments. But here's the thing, that kind of validation is fleeting. It's not real. It doesn't last. The next compliment you get will soon fade away and you'll find yourself right back in the same place, empty, searching for more. But when you choose yourself, when you give yourself the love and approval you've been seeking from others, something incredible happens. You stop caring about what people think. You stop giving so much power to their opinions. The only opinion that matters is yours. You begin to realize that you are worthy of love, not because of anything you've done for others, but because you are you. You are worthy of respect, of kindness, of compassion, simply because you exist. And when you start living with that kind of belief in yourself, the world takes notice. Take Maya Angelou, for example. Maya faced unimaginable challenges in her life. She experienced trauma, abuse, rejection, and heartache. But despite all of that, she learned to love herself. She chose herself. She chose to rise above the pain, the hurt, and the limitations that others tried to place on her. And in doing so, she became one of the most powerful voices of her generation. Her ability to love herself, to accept herself fully, made her an example for so many of us. It taught us that no matter what we go through, no matter what we face, we are still worthy of love, respect, and success. Maya didn't let her past define her. She didn't let the world tell her who she was. She chose to define herself. And that's the power of self-love. It's about taking control of your own narrative, not letting the mistakes, the failures, or the opinions of others dictate who you are. It's about saying, I am enough, flaws and all, and standing firm in that truth. Now, I know it's not easy. Loving yourself doesn't come overnight. It takes time, it takes patience, it takes practice. Because let's be honest, we've all been taught to look outside of ourselves for love. We've been taught that we need others to tell us that we're good enough, that we're worthy. But that's a lie. The truth is that you are already worthy. You are already enough. The love and approval you're searching for is already within you. All you have to do is choose to see it, choose to believe it, and choose to live by it. When you start choosing yourself, you stop settling for less. You stop allowing people to treat you poorly, to disrespect you, to take advantage of your kindness. You start setting boundaries. You start saying no when you need to and yes when you want to. You stop letting anyone else's opinion of you shape how you feel about yourself. You begin to live your life on your own terms because you know that you are worthy of the best that life has to offer. But this doesn't just change the way you see yourself, it changes the way others see you too. When you love yourself, truly love yourself, people can't help but respect you. They can't help but see the strength in you. They may not always agree with your choices. They may not always understand your journey, but they will respect you. And that respect comes from the fact that you've learned to give yourself something that's often so hard to find in this world: unconditional love. This kind of self-love is not about being arrogant or selfish or putting yourself above others. It's about understanding your own value, your own worth, and treating yourself with the kindness and compassion that you deserve. It's about forgiving yourself for your mistakes, accepting yourself for who you are, and loving yourself enough to never settle for anything less than you deserve. When you love yourself in this way, you begin to attract people who also love and respect you. You begin to form relationships based on mutual respect, on shared values, on shared understanding. The people who will come into your life won't be the ones who seek to tear you down, who criticize you or belittle your dreams. No, the people who come into your life will be the ones who see you for who you truly are and who love and respect you for it. They will be the ones who encourage you, who support you, who help you rise. And that's the beauty of choosing yourself. It's not just about what you gain, it's about what you give. When you love yourself truly and deeply, you give the world a gift. You give the world permission to love itself too. You show others what's possible when you start treating yourself with the love and respect that you deserve. So choose yourself. Choose to love yourself, love your flaws, love your mistakes, love every part of you because you are enough, you are worthy. And when you truly understand that, when you truly believe it, that's when the world begins to see you differently. That's when the magic happens, because when you love yourself, the whole world starts to love you back. And that's when you begin to live a life you've only dreamed of. When you decide to choose yourself, when you finally step into your own power and make the bold decision to prioritize your own happiness, your own growth, something incredible begins to happen, not just for you, but for the people around you. You see, the moment you choose yourself, you begin to change your life, yes, but you also start to change the lives of those around you. Your strength, your resilience, your ability to rise against the odds becomes a beacon for others who have been waiting for permission to do the same. Your decision to choose yourself becomes the spark that ignites the fire in others. It's like a ripple effect. When you start living your truth, when you start pursuing your dreams unapologetically, others start to take notice. They start to ask themselves, if they can do it, why can't I? Your courage becomes contagious. Your boldness, your belief in yourself begins to inspire others to start believing in themselves too. You are not just walking a path for your own benefit. You are paving a road for others to follow. You are showing them that it's possible to change, to grow, to rise above their circumstances. You are teaching them that it's okay to dream big, to aim high, to step into their own greatness. Think about the people you've encountered in your life who made bold decisions to change their own lives. Maybe it was someone who decided to leave a job that didn't serve them, or someone who stepped out of a toxic relationship to focus on their own well-being. Maybe it was a friend who decided to pursue their passion despite the risks. Think about how their decision affected you. Did you feel a little more motivated? Did it push you to examine your own life and think, if they can do it, why can't I? That's the power of choosing yourself. Your decision to prioritize your happiness, your dreams, your goals has the ability to spark change in others. You are living proof that it's possible to take control of your life, to take risks, and to choose a future that you truly deserve. I want you to understand something deep. Choosing yourself isn't just about your personal victory. It's about the ripple effect it creates. When you choose yourself, you give permission to others to choose themselves. You break down the barriers of fear and self-doubt that hold people back. You give them the courage to stop playing small and start playing big. Your life becomes a living example of what happens when you stop waiting for permission, stop waiting for validation from others, and start living your truth. You see, many people live their entire lives in the shadows, waiting for someone to give them a sign, waiting for someone to tell them that it's okay to take the leap, to make the change. They're waiting for permission to live out their dreams, to pursue their passions, to become the person they were always meant to be. But when you make the decision to choose yourself, you send a powerful message to the world. It's okay to take risks. It's okay to dream big. It's okay to say, I deserve more than what I've been settling for. And that message doesn't just impact you, it impacts everyone who's watching you, who's been standing on the sidelines waiting for someone else to take that first step. Your decision to choose yourself becomes the catalyst for their transformation. You inspire them to take their own first step. You empower them to believe in themselves. You help them realize that they are worthy of their own dreams. their own happiness and their own success. When you choose yourself, you lift others up. You help them break free from the chains of doubt and fear that have kept them stuck for so long. You become the proof that greatness is possible for anyone who dares to believe in themselves. Now let me tell you something else that happens when you choose yourself. You become a target for those who can't handle your growth. The moment you start shining, the moment you start rising above the noise and doing the work to elevate your life, there will be people who won't be able to stand it. They'll question you, doubt you, criticize you. They'll try to bring you back down to their level because your success makes them uncomfortable. Why? Because you've made the impossible look achievable. You've made the dream look possible. And now they're faced with the reality that if you can do it, so can they. But here's the thing, don't let their discomfort stop you. Don't let their fear hold you back from being your best self. You see, their criticism, their doubt, their envy, it's all a reflection of their own fears and limitations. It has nothing to do with you. You have made the bold decision to step into your own greatness, and that terrifies those who aren't yet ready to do the same. But understand this, your rise doesn't take away from their potential. Your success doesn't diminish their chances. It simply shows them what's possible. It shows them that they too can rise if they're willing to do the work, if they're willing to choose themselves. So when they hate on you, when they try to tear you down, don't take it personally. Understand that you are doing exactly what you were meant to do. You are inspiring others to believe in themselves, to make the choice to prioritize their happiness, to take the leap into their own greatness. Your success, your growth, your resilience is the spark that can ignite the fire in someone else. And that's the greatest gift you can give to the world, the permission to be great, the permission to dream big, the permission to choose yourself. Think about the power of that ripple effect. You choosing yourself doesn't just change your life. It changes the lives of everyone around you. When you step into your own greatness, you inspire others to step into theirs. You become a living example of what's possible when you decide to stop waiting for permission and start taking control of your own future. You make the impossible seem achievable, and in doing so, you open the door for others to walk through and claim their own greatness. Your decision to choose yourself is not just about your own success. It's about lifting others up, about inspiring them to believe in themselves, about showing them that it's okay to dream big and take risks. Your rise is not just for you. It's for everyone who has ever doubted themselves, who has ever held back, who has ever been afraid to take the first step. You are a beacon of hope, a shining example of what happens when you choose yourself. And that, my friends, is the true power of choosing yourself. It's not just about you. It's about everyone around you. It's about showing them what's possible when they too choose themselves. The day you choose yourself, you might lose some people. You might face rejection. You might deal with hate. But understand this, it's not a reflection of you. It's a reflection of them. You're not choosing yourself to hurt anyone. You're choosing yourself because you deserve it. And as you rise, as you choose yourself every single day, you will inspire others to do the same. Don't be afraid to walk away from what's comfortable. Don't be afraid to be hated for chasing your dreams, because at the end of the day, the only person you need to make proud is you. Choose yourself today. The world will catch up.